Oh yeah, some really good going here. Yeah, gorgeous day. I want to come down here if I could in the morning, that way the sun's not glaring in the eyes or in the camera. I'm getting a lot of lens flare. Harvey Wayne over in the corner. There's connective tissue right here. And it starts getting really worn down over here. I mean, where you can't really tell what it is. It's all scrubbed off. I'm gonna turn this off to get down off of here. Okay, we were just coming across the top of there. And you see a piece of it right there. Show you. Cause we're gonna start running out of it here pretty soon, going right up through there. But it's just really worn down, all rounded off, but there are pieces of connective tissue in here that you can. In fact, if I remember right, there's one right here that's just, yeah, there's one. But see how it's just all eroded. Yeah, there's the edge of it. So it's all scrubbed down. They're really hard to see over in here. When I first came over here, I was like, man, I was bummed out. There wasn't nothing to really see. But when I ran to, when I'm about ready to show you, I was like, holy cow. I wasn't ready for it. I was hoping for one, but we got one. All right, save some battery here. But hold on, we got a piece right there. But you can see how scrubbed off. It's just hardly anything in here until you hit over there a little bit. I mean, all of it's gone, and who knows what was up on top. It starts picking up its colors in places. And this is like old red sandstone. Yeah, actually a little harder. Feels like, not as gritty, I'm not sure. I'd have to chisel into it. It's all worn down, scrubbed off, so it's so smooth, I can't tell. That's the colors. That's a piece of connective tissue running through this piece here. It's all worn down. See it? Another piece right here, it goes and turns right there. Another piece is right there. Another piece running into it right here. See how worn down it all is? But you can see this one here runs into that piece there. All right. So we still got the connective tissue in the muscle to this point. And then we start running into the change over here. I started noticing stuff when I came in here. I was wondering what some of these pillars are sticking up in here. They're not really pillars, but they're not like I've seen before. There's something on top of that other layer I was noticing out there. I'm going, what is sitting on top of that? But anyway, yeah, we start running into some of the layers in here. See, they don't show their colors every now and then. Look at that in there. See that? And that is not lava, and that did not happen underneath the surface where no human being can see it. It's creation itself. It's been transitioned into stone. What geology is labeled as rocks and stones and mountains and all that good stuff. Is there a geological process going on right now as well? Yes, but not the one they think. Another piece of connective tissue right here. And the rest is gone. A little bit just stuck to the side. See? And they're over right here. Okay. Alright, I'm on my last battery. I only got 2 GoPro batteries left, and I tried ordering some more and everybody's out. Thanks to you-know-who that starts with a C. Here's where I first noticed. I knew I had some, well, actually those pillars, but then I knew more was going on when I found this. I better save some of this battery for the other side, so I'll just show you this. We are on top of flesh, folks. Rust from the iron in the blood. Okay. And what we do is, luckily the sun's not dried off, start running these basalt columns. And I'll show you some north of me. I brought some in the valley too. But we also got this up here. Now remember, a lot of it's missing. So a lot of this stuff that I've been showing you, these connective tissue and muscle, geology would call a lot of it volcanic intrusions. Okay. Some of the stuff I brought, what they would call feeder dikes, not very often, but every now and then. If that stuff wasn't there, this stuff from the other side they would call a feeder dike. Those are basalt columns over there, and they would say that is formed underneath the surface. Takes 50 to 100 years for them to dry. We can't see them, but then they get scrubbed off and then we're able to see them. And I say that's a total crock of crap. Theories and everything, but that is not happening underneath the surface. It cannot be proved. No one has ever seen one ever in its liquid form, if that's what they're saying it is. No one's ever seen these volcanic intrusions anywhere on the planet, if that's what I'm showing you. You can't find no working model for none of it. No volcanic intrusions look like anything I've brought you that are forming today. Makes sense? You understand? Nowhere on the planet. But look at this. This is the change. Notice how we're changing from the connective tissue and everything, and we're coming into this. I just brought you connective tissue. We got some right out in here in the muscle, and then it's this stuff. A lot of this stuff would have been, I believe, on top of this. It would have transitioned into whatever this is, and then there would have been something on top of that. But the reason I say that is, you take a look at the angle of all this stuff, and how it's coming out like this. See that? That probably came off up there somewhere. But you can see the angle of all this. That stuff. But look at the definite line. See that? I mean, we have such a line there. But that could have just fell off, and well, the angle's about the same as that. So this probably is part of that anyway. But you see how we're getting a total change from what we've been doing, or been showing you in video after video after video. But the good stuff's over here. Now the water's eroded a lot of this, made it smooth and look like that, so. See, everything's in block and, you know, segments. Okay, the good stuff's over here. We're into the columns over here. And this is all muscle. So, a geological phenomenon. I got volcanic intrusions, I got feeder dikes, and I got basalt columns, all within a football field. See that going up through there? And then we'll run into more connective tissue in the muscle. There's no working model on the planet for any of this. That's why they say it happens underneath the surface where we can't see it. And it's the only explanation they could have, I'd imagine. But look how it's just all flat right off the top up there. Looks to me like some kind of transition here. You know what I'm saying? Now look here, and you notice we don't have nothing like we had over there. It starts to kind of peter out in here. And we don't have the smooth surfaces with the connective tissue in them no more. We got this. Hey, look at this here. We'll get up on here because see they come off in sections, and you know, you can see how they're blocky. You know, this stuff reminds me of in a way, the stuff in Iceland. You know, what is it, Gateway of the Gods or whatever that stuff is over there. You know, they got, but this here is more rotted. The columns aren't perfect or none of that. You know what I'm saying? They give them more perfect over here, but I believe it's just because this could be a wrinkle zone of some kind, a transition wrinkle zone, compressed. Or, you know, not compressed, but you know, that's the part that does the transition. Or this could just be a part that's not stretched out, it's all compressed. But I believe it's the latter. We could have a transition. Oh man. Oh, but look at this. We got some kind of a transition going on. And if you're some kind of geologist coming on my channel saying the stuff you say, you know, this, I've had enough of this. I'm just gonna be quiet, man. Okay, these are more like the basalt columns I've showed you, but this is, I believe, could be a wrinkle zone. I'm not sure, but this, or it could be, like I said, compacted. Look at this. Now I'll show you some up north of me too. They look like this too. This is why I want to come down here in the morning. See how they come off in blocks? So you know, a lot of the stuff we see out here, there's a lot of this stuff that rolls off in these big blocks and then become round. You know, heck, one of these right here could have been one of those at one time and rolled around and got to that size. I do not know. Now remember, there's more missing than there is here. That's why everything looks distorted on Google Earth and doesn't look like it should look, because it's all muddied and blurred because most of it's missing. Oh, it's one of them Egyptian. Yeah. So. Oh, it's slick. Well, I think this one's in really crappy shape because it's either really rotted or, like I said, it's just a different, it's in a wrinkle zone or wow, this stuff is so slick from the ocean spraying mist up on it. So this may be my last trip. Fall off this thing and die. Those would have all been columns too. It's all gone. Just like one standing on here. All the synovial membranes around, these would have all been wrapped in a synovial membrane, each one. And it's gone too. That would have been all up, just like I'm standing on. That too. Some of that over there. And who knows what would have been, the rest of the creature would have been on top of that, whatever it was. It would have been upper layer biology. Oh, this is slicker than snot. Woo! Whoa! Okay, I think you get the idea. Whoa. All right. We'll step over on that piece and look on it, and then I'm heading out of here. Okay, so we were just over on there. This would have all been the same height. Or not, I mean the same height, but it would have all looked like that right there, okay? But higher, I'd imagine, a lot higher. You can see some up in there even, I believe. I could be wrong. I can't get up in there to find out. It kind of looks like it peters out. I'm not sure, because I can't get underneath any of that. I'll never know. So anyway, but we do know that it's part of this. So that would have been, or this would have been looking like that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All this, all along here. And some of this, it's shooting out at an angle. It's not straight up and down, it's angled. Especially the stuff over there that I would, you know, if none of the other stuff over here, they'd call that a feeder dike. Okay, these go down in, I don't know how far down they go, but they're going to be connected to something else. They're not just going to be going forever, you understand? They're going to be another, there's going to be another transitional change. So, and these could be, you know, run, depending on how deep they run, they could run to bone. I mean, I have no idea, or close to it. I have no idea if it's an enthesis. Just so much of it is missing, I don't know. But I do know it's not like what we've been going through with all the connective tissue and muscle. Okay, all right, all this in here, all this would have been the columns too. Got some right here, these would have been the columns. Okay, basalt columnar, columnars they call them. I don't know if there would have been, it's just so rounded off from the surf. I don't know about this. I'd imagine because it's right here, but this might be too. I know that is right there. It's all worn off. So look at the angles it's coming out at right there compared to that angle going straight up, and that one's going that way. I'll show you what I mean here. See, these shoot out that way. Wow. And those go more straight. These transition and kind of go like that right here. I'll get up here and look back on them. But these would have been basalt columns, they call them. I don't know if they're tendon fibrils or what, but you can see them right there. See the angle they're going at? They're not going straight up and down. And it's all eroded off. Oh, geology, you're so hilarious. You think you got it figured out, and you're so far from the truth it's not even funny. Well, we got science to prove it. Yeah, well, guess what? God don't care about your science. That's man's science. You're talking the supernatural, man. You know, it seems to me that if these were formed underneath the earth in a liquid form and then cool, why would they form at an angle and not be flat and level because of, you know, gravity and just being level? I mean, we're on the earth. It's not like it's tilted and they tilt funny. You see what I'm saying? Yet you got the ones back over there, they're stood straight up and down. I showed you that one that's jettisoned out at an angle that's right beside them, right connected to them. So it changes angle. I tell you what do we got going on here? Whoa. And so much of it's gone. It could have been that way all the way across there. That piece right there, you know what I mean? Because you can see it's in there. That looks like it popped out of there. Right up in that face. These big old chunks here. Yeah, I can't tell. Maybe not. Yeah, it's sitting on. So yeah, it rolled off of there. All right. All right. We're just over there. We got something going on right here because I've got, well, this is that piece I showed you from the other edge, other side. Go from this to that. Some kind of a change. I don't know why. It could be just from rot. You gotta remember, a lot of this stuff was rotted flesh and stuff, and then it transitioned, or basically when it transitioned, it's basically frozen, turned to stone in the rotted shape it was in, if that makes any sense. That's why you find it, a lot of it more looks rotted even.